What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Real by Helmet to Helmet 49ers podcast. I'm your host, JT. My co-host is my dad.
What up, JT?
First, remember to like
and subscribe.
Cue the intro music. So, it's been kind of a while. We have missed 2 preseason games, but we will cover that today.
Yeah. I was not able to watch the one with the Saints, so you were able to watch most of it, all of it actually, and I pretty much only caught the highlights, so I didn't watch a whole lot of it. So you can fill me in on what happened. And then the last preseason game, which just happened on Friday night versus the Raiders. You and I watched it together, so we'll give our thoughts. All right.
This is our 100th podcast.
No way. Mind blown. 100, right? That's, oh my God. When you told me that, I was like, no way. I didn't believe it. But yeah, we've hit the 100th episode, and it's been fun for sure, man.
And our 2-year anniversary is also coming up.
Yeah, you are the one who's keeping track of all this stuff, man, because I did not know, but we did look it up, and you said the date of the original first Helmet to Helmet 49ers podcast was
September 18th in 2022.
2022. Okay, so September 18th, we'll be sure to do our second anniversary, whatever that's about. I don't know. I don't even know what day September 18th falls on. Probably like a Tuesday or Wednesday, I think. We'll do a little episode, and we'll find out what we're going to do it about in future episodes.
And for an upcoming podcast on Tuesday, that's when the 49ers official roster is going to be revealed.
Yeah, that's going to be exciting. We have our thoughts about it. Some players have gotten better and have risen, and other ones have kind of dropped out and don't look like they're going to make the team. There's going to be some questionable cuts, or people that get put on the waiver wire or something, and that'll be all pretty interesting coming up.
Yep. So, first let's talk about a bit of the Saints game.
Okay.
So Jake Moody, he missed a 51-yard field goal.
Oh man, you got to start off with that one, huh?
Yeah.
Do you remember when that was? Part of the game? Was it at the end or?
I believe
second
third
half?
quarter.
Third quarter? Yeah, I think it was second half sometime. Not a lot of pressure. I mean, it's preseason, so you'd hope that Jake Moody doesn't miss any, of course. Who's that guy from the Cowboys?
Brandon Aubrey.
Ugh, that guy.
66-yard field goal.
In the preseason, he made it, yeah. And the guy was like, what, undrafted free agent. The Cowboys just picked him off the street and said, okay. Hey. Anyways, well, like I say, I just hope Jake Moody gets over all these and just improves, just slowly improves and gets better and better year after year. So, but he did make a couple, didn't he, in that game?
Yeah.
He had a couple of field goals, like a 40 and a 30 or something.
51-yarder.
Yeah, that should be doable. Okay. Any positive things from that game?
Jacob Cowing, he looked great.
Ooh, yeah. Cowing looked really good from what I saw from the highlights. Looks quick. It's exactly what he was advertised as when coming out of college.
And he also, did really well in the Raiders game.
Yeah, that's right. That's true. We'll get to that one later on. But is that it for the Saints that you had?
Yeah, I mean, like Mordecai, he came in for a bit. He looked pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Nothing really too special.
all right, yeah. Jacob Cowing looked great, like you were saying. He's probably going to be the fastest player on the Niners when the 53-man roster comes out. He's probably going to be the fastest guy on the team. So it's going to be exciting of what he can do, the speed he can finally bring to the offense. Like we've been waiting forever for some speed, and it never comes. But this guy looks like he could be the real deal. So it's great. Now let's get to the last game against the Raiders. It was in Las Vegas, back to Lions Stadium. So, yeah. Anyways, yeah, that place.
Yeah, I mentioned earlier, Jacob Cowing, he really well. Got a touchdown.
You were like pumping. You were so hyped on him when we were before the game. You're like, give him the ball, get Cowing the ball, and they didn't for the longest time, right? They were like,
Yeah.
they were not throwing to everybody else but him. But then when they got him started, oh, he was looking good. He got a few catches here and there. Did some returns too, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure I said this on the podcast, but I told my dad,
Uh huh.
which you obviously, but I said that Cowing would have a better season than Ricky Pearsall.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. We both had a little bit of like predictions going on, and excuse me. Um, I think you are correct. Parasol can still make an impact for sure. You just haven't been able to see him do much at all uh, this preseason. So, yep. What else?
Jordan Mason, I don't know how, but he averages like 6 yards a carry. It's crazy.
Yeah, this guy's a beast, and we've been talking about it for years. We're like, we want this guy to get the ball, give him the rock. Who knows? Every year in the preseason, he looks great, and every year he just doesn't get any play. Hopefully, the best thing that can happen is that he gets bumped up to RB2 if they're even really ranking them like that.
He should be running back too.
Or it could be RB2A and RB2B. It's so close that they're pretty much tied up, and they might just play them depending on the matchup or something on defense, or what they need. You need more power, you need more elusiveness. You put in each running back, but I think Jordan Mason is. We have been thinking that this guy is awesome, and I'm so happy we have him. And I want to see. Well, I want to unlock all that potential he has, and give him the rock a lot more. That's all. Speaking of running backs, huh? You were talking about some other stuff happening in that game.
Isaac Garendo.
Oh yeah. So you were the one that reminded me on Friday when we were watching the game that I had done a prediction, and I've been actually pushing that, hoping that Garendo would be the kick returner months ago, and he finally gets to show it. He's finally healthy enough to play and to show what he could do. I was a little nervous. I don't know how good he's going to be as a offensive weapon, running back per se, but as a returner, I think he has a lot of potential, and he's going to get a lot more chances with kick returns than he does, you know, toting the rock after Jordan Mason and McCaffrey, of course, and Elijah Mitchell. So I think he's going to get a lot more play and kick returns, and can show what he can do to help the team. So he looked pretty good. What did you think? I mean, that was a 93-yard return.
Yeah,
93, 94,
yeah, yeah.
almost a touchdown.
So close.
I know we were jumping up and down and screaming. It's like, oh my god, the guy was breaking tackles, juking people out, using his speed. What did he run? I forgot what he ran in the 40.
4-3.
Yeah, you're really good at those times. Yeah, something like that. It was like super fast.
I think you
So,
missed like the first half of the play.
huh?
Did you miss like the first half of the play?
I think I did step out to the kitchen, and then you were yelling and screaming. I came in, and yeah. So yeah. I did. I said, it's just a kick return, no big deal. Well, they're a little more exciting now. So awesome.
And then,
Did you want to talk about when did you want to do this red light, green light type of thing? You want to do that now or
yeah, let's do it now.
do it now? Okay. All right. So we have a segment that we thought up. It's kind of like stock up, stock down, but we're going red light, green light. We're also adding a little yellow light there. So basically, it's the street lights, traffic lights. This is what we're doing: red light, yellow light, green light. So red lights, we're choosing a player. JT and I are choosing each a player. Red light, we think he's gone. Cut, done. Yellow light, they're on the fence. Well, we're on the fence whether or not this player is going to make it on the 53-man roster. Um, and then green light, basically a player that showed up, that he has possibly not been able to get on the team, but right now looking like he will. So that's how we're going to do it. Does that sound right? Okay, so
Yeah,
JT, let's start you off. Your red light, who do you think is done?
Cameron Latou,
Oh man.
he is gone. He wasn't that impressive. He was like as good as Brandon Willis, and Brandon Willis wasn't that impressive either. But like Latou made kind of a lot of mistakes in the preseason game. He got like a flag, I think, on special teams,
Mm-hmm.
missed some blocks, but somehow his PFF grade wasn't that bad.
Okay, yeah. Statistically, I guess is okay, but yeah, you're right. Usually, the PFF would catch those missed blocks. I would imagine. Um, yeah, something about him. There's something about his body language or something that just the way he plays and looks. I just don't like. Kind of reminds me of Ronnie Bell, and even before that, Akilo Witherspoon was a player that I had noticed at training camp one time, and he was right in front of me. Just the way he was standing during warm ups and practice, I just didn't like it. He seemed like a person that didn't have um, confidence in himself, and I don't know. Well, anyways, so
Also, you don't
Camelatu,
like how he holds the ball when he catches it.
Camelatu,
Yeah.
yeah, something about it. He doesn't like this is mine. He's like, oh yeah, this is my ball. You ain't gonna get it. He just looks unsure of himself and a little timid, and a little scared, and that gets me nervous. And it's already his second year. I know he didn't do anything last year. He was IR all last year, but coming out of Alabama, third round pick, you'd think that he would have gotten past those things while in college. And we have a lot more tight end depth. Not super elite tight end depth, but is adequate. And I don't know. Yeah, you're right. I don't know if Latu fits into that anymore. The only thing that will save him is because he was a third round pick. That's the only reason they would give him another chance. Okay,
So,
so you want me to do my red light?
yeah.
Okay, all right. Let me see what I got. Oh yeah, this one kind of pains me because this is a person that I was hoping would make the team. Danny Gray. I was really, really, really thinking that he could make it. He was having a good training camp when he was healthy, but then later on, he wasn't healthy and he was barely able to play. So I think the end of the road is here for Danny Gray, our third round pick, I believe, right? A couple years ago. And just, he has his speed. He's a great gunner, good, special teamer and everything. And it looked like he was getting better. But his health, he's barely been able to play. And I think the wide receiver depth is really good now that, with the last two draft picks, that there's no room for Gray anymore. I think he is gone. And that's a shame because
Yeah.
I
So
want his speed.
electric.
Yeah, I want his speed. But Cowling's here with the speed. So You know, if Gray was on the team still and Cowan would be the second fastest person on the team, I would imagine, because Gray had ran a faster 40.
And he missed a couple games this preseason. And the one time he caught the ball, he almost dropped it. So
Yeah, it was like
not a
a
good sign.
yeah, yeah. He hasn't shown up very well. All right, your yellow light. Who's on the fence? You feel?
And Daryl Luter,
Mm,
he did get an interception, but I feel he got outplayed by Walmack and Rockets in the preseason in general.
okay, okay, yeah. I mean, he had an up and down game
But it
last
wouldn't
week.
be that much of a surprise that he would make the team because of his potential.
Yeah, he has some good length, um, and but an outside corner with potential. He still has years left on his rookie contract. I think that is a good reason he might stay. But there are so many cornerbacks in our room this time. Who knows if he can make it? Womack plays special teams very well, and they might keep him just for that. You know, so that's a good one. My yellow light is I have a couple of them, but I think I'm going to stick with. Actually, I don't know. I got a couple. Tatum Bethune was one of them, a linebacker we just drafted, seventh round, just because of our linebacker depth. Curtis Robinson, also a longtime practice squad linebacker. He's you don't know if he's going to make the 53-man roster. He hasn't yet, but I'm going to go Braden Willis, a tight end, um, because kind of like Cameron Latu, I just don't see him doing anything spectacular. He doesn't look like he belongs for some reason. He looks so underweight. They, you know, and our tight end room's gotten a little bit better. I don't know if he's worth keeping on the team. Um, I think he's barely making it. If he does,
Yeah, they tried putting him at fullback, but that didn't work really well either.
I, he's too small. I mean, fullback is very specialized. Not anybody can just go on from tight end to become a fullback or play fullback and lead block and everything. And Willis looks so thin. I kept on saying that. I don't know how he can lead block, but yeah. I mean, even though what draft pick was he? Sixth rounder,
Yeah, I think seven.
seventh rounder.
Yeah,
Yeah, I keep forgetting the whole Jalen Graham thing. So he might not make it. I wouldn't be crying or anything if he did. So, but I think he's on the fence. All right. How about your green light? Who showed up so well in the preseason that you think they have locked in a spot in the 53-man roster?
I think it is Alex Barrett. He played really well the entire preseason, and with the injuries of Gross Matos and Leonard Floyd, he has to make it.
That's I like that. That's a stretch, and I because that's good because he wasn't probably going to make it before, but you're right. He showed up really well in this in the preseason. Plus the thinness of our defensive end group kind of requires somebody another defensive end to make it. You know, uh, we need more depth, and he's probably played better than most. Although I do like Jonathan Garvin, uh, just a free agent we just signed. I don't know. When I watch the games, I see him make some plays. He's probably not super great, but uh, I hope we get him on the practice squad. For me, um, my green light. Well, I had a couple too, but you weren't liking my green light too much, JT. So you actually advised me for another player, and I think it was a great choice. Chris Conley, green light. The guy was not on the 53-man roster last year, but when he did play, he played well. He played well in the playoffs, even though it was a little bit, but he made big plays in the playoff game, and then also the Super Bowl. And I think with all the youth we have, the two new rookies, I think having a veteran would be nice to have. He plays great special teams, which we saw that too. And that's what you want from the low end part of your roster in that position. You want them to help in special teams. If you're not going to play offensive snaps, you got to help in special teams, or else there's no real reason for you to be on the roster on game time. So I think Chris Conley is a person that has never been on the 53-man roster, but I think will make it. Thank you for that suggestion, JT. That was good. All right. So let's move on about other news that's happened since.
Well, let's talk about the special teams during the game, though,
Okay.
because that was a big question going to the preseason, thinking that Caution would take a risk or would he not take a risk.
Uh huh. Yeah. Be more conservative, like he usually is in special teams.
And in the beginning, like in the Titans game, he had Trent Taylor running bell, and we were thinking, oh, he's gonna be really conservative. Then he put in like Guerrero, Cowing.
Yeah, yeah. You're right. Yeah. You were so annoyed that Trent Taylor was out there. You're like, no, that's not what we want. Right? You want something that has a potential for a big play, because getting something from your special teams, like a great return or even a touchdown, man, that just moves the needle and helps the team so much on game day.
So do you think Cowing will be the punter?
I think so. I think so. He fielded the punts pretty well. You said that he might have kind of semi muffed one almost in the game. I didn't
Yeah.
notice it though, but for the most part, you're always a little nervous for a rookie to be dealing with that kind of stuff. I'm a little nervous too, but his big play potential, I'll take that. I'll take that. And he looks like he pretty much fields most of the kicks pretty cleanly. So um, just keep giving him the ball and keep giving him the practice and the game time experience, and hopefully he'll get through those rookie bumps and do well. How about I guess Gurindo is the kick. What you think that he's like KR1?
Yeah, he should be.
Yeah,
Well, KR2.
who's KR2? I I don't know. It's like there is a one KR1, right? Kick returner one, and
Yeah.
there's two guys, but there's always got to be one primary one. It's like you want this guy to be getting it, unless something goes wrong. But yeah, Isaac Rondo looks like he could be the. I mean, there was only one return. It was really awesome. Um, but with the new quick return rule and how they're doing it now, the formation, it, I think a running back with speed, cut and find the lanes, just like it's in a running play, the way the lines are in formation and stuff. I think that would be the perfect position group to use as a returner, more than wide receiver or cornerback. We'll see. We'll see how things go. Yeah.
Also, I do want to talk about the coverage team for special teams because the Niners gave up a power return touchdown.
It seems like didn't it happen in the Titans game too? Something a big return. Just every game I've seen in the preseason, we've given them something big, and it's like the special teams is not very special, very mediocre. So that is scary. Um, I think there needs to be some improvement, but I don't know. It might be too late to make an improvement now if they've been coached like this whole time, and They make these mistakes with these gaping holes, and then they give a big return. Not good, not good.
And then there were a lot of missed tackles as well during the game.
Yeah, yeah. These are some of the things that kind of you want to be critical of the Niners. You can be very positive about things, put a positive spin on it, but the reality is there were a lot of missed tackles, and these are things that we have to see and then identify, and then for them to work on it to improve. So I think there's a lot of improvement. Linebackers, I think, are missing a lot of tackles. Could be some safeties too. I see a lot of linebackers just flying around and just missing tackles or not wrapping up properly. You know, so hopefully we'll just chalk it up to preseason and backups and whatever and vanilla defense. I don't know, but I hope it improves.
And then, Leonard Floyd and Yuki Gross Matos, they got injured as well.
That was scary. And like what, 2 plays? Each one got wrecked and was out of the game. We still don't know. Today is Sunday, and they were supposed to get MRIs a couple of days ago, and they have not reported what those MRIs showed and how severe those injuries are, and if they're going to miss any time. That's a big deal. Now there's talk about maybe trading. Have you read up in any of those at all? I've seen some articles on
And
it
training
recently.
for a defensive end.
Yeah, yeah, because the it's almost time for shopping because everybody's going to do their roster cuts. So other people are going to be cutting some defensive ends all around the league. And if there's somebody that we know that's going to be cut, we can offer them a draft pick, a late round draft pick, sixth, seventh round, swap whatever, maybe, something like that. Something small. It's better than nothing because if they cut them, if the other team cuts that defensive lineman, they don't get anything for him. But if they could trade it to the Niners and get a seventh round, it's better than nothing. We get something, and we get maybe a good backup defensive end for a seventh rounder.
I got the perfect one, Kerry Hyder.
Gary Hyder, where is he at?
I don't know. We let him go one season and he just disappeared. I don't know where he is.
Not maybe Gary Hyder might do well coming back. But I'm game for anybody. Just need some depth, some quality depth, and we'll see. It'll be like shopping. So not only are we cutting people, but we might be adding some depth to our team. I'll be excited and interested to see the cut list and see who gets cut. Hopefully, we can pick him up as a free agent or sorry, waiver wire, I believe, off the waiver wire. Or if there's news that we can trade before he hits waiver wire and get him straight to us, get that player straight to us, that'd be better.
And then let's talk about Brock Purdy and how he played the Saints game and the Raiders game. Saints game didn't look too good. Raiders game he looked better.
Okay, yeah.
Even though he did throw an interception, but it was kind of unlucky.
It was tipped, and then some safety, I think, intercepted it while diving for it. But yeah, I there's going to be ups and downs, and I think it's maybe made too much. People, I think, are still questioning Brock Purdy and afraid that what has happened the last 1.5 years just was a fluke or something. But um, no, we believe in Brock Purdy. I believe in Brock Purdy, so I really don't care what's going to happen in preseason, training camp, whatever it may be. Um, he's shown so much when the game is on the line, regular season, postseason, Super Bowl. He came through many, many, many times, and I will give him the benefit of the doubt until I see something totally opposite of what my belief is in for him. So I'm happy, but when the real games are going, I'm pretty sure that Brock Purdy will be just fine.
What about Josh Dobbs and Brandon Allen in the QB2 race?
It is a tight race, I think. I don't know. I've been hearing from other podcasters like, okay, well, you don't know if Josh Dobbs is not seeing the field and not going through his progressions properly and then taking off and running and gaining 10 yards. But that wasn't the play that Shanahan wanted. So that might be a ding against Dobbs. And on the other hand, Brandon Allen's going through his progressions 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and doing the right things. But maybe nobody's open, then he gets sacked. So we don't know exactly what's happening and what the Niners are seeing in these backup quarterbacks. But from our eye, the fans' eye, Dobbs is better. He throws the ball better, um,
Faster,
faster,
more fun,
more
not
fun.
lame.
It's yeah. Sometimes you think Brandon Allen throws like a duck sometimes, but wobbly passes. But Dobbs's ability to rush and to extend plays, make something out of nothing. I think that's always a good attribute for a backup quarterback, just to keep the sticks moving and stuff like that. That's what you need, and I think he'll get better and better as the season goes on when he has more time to practice and learn the playbook and. So Brandon Allen is like at his ceiling right now. He's been with us so many years. This is his ceiling.
The
This is
ceiling.
yeah, this is
That's
yeah.
just a bad ceiling.
I know, right? So I mean, for a backup quarterback, you're not going to get much play time at all in a real game. So you have to do it in practice and preseason, and this is the best he'll be, I'd imagine. And Dobbs is at his floor. This is just the beginning. He should be able to get better. So just from that, just talking it out right now, yeah, Dobbs. And those are the reasons. My reasons, at least. So what do you think about him? And I think you're a Dobbs guy anyway, so.
Yeah.
Okay. Dobbs it is. QB2. All right. What do we got next?
So let's talk about Ronnie Bell. And we already talked about Cameron too and Braden Willis
Uh huh.
and
Yeah.
how they could be gone. Well,
Yep.
Ronnie Bell. Any thought?
I don't think so. I think, yeah, he would be my red light because, right, well, I remember we were watching that game. We're at a restaurant catching the game, and we're watching him field a punt, and just looking at his body language, I was like, I'm nervous. He's gonna fumble it, and he fumbled it. So he just came to what it just looks like. He just doesn't have it in him, you know. So yeah, I think he's another guy, another draft pick that's kind of probably go bye bye. Yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, he's gonna be gone. He's like the ninth best receiver.
Yeah, the receiving core has been a lot deeper now than before. And before he made it. This time, I don't think so. And he just hasn't shown much in his second year. So yeah, yeah. Okay, what else we got?
I kind of want to do a rookie recap. Like, what do you think of the rookies during the preseason?
Okay, yeah, that's a great thing to talk about, JT. Because after the draft, we weren't very happy with the draft picks. Well, that's because they didn't pick anybody that we wanted, and we were like pounding the table. Draft this guy. Draft this guy. Don't draft this guy.
Kool-Aid.
You gotta draft this guy. How can you let this guy go? Yes, and they did. And yeah, sure, maybe the depth of offensive tackle is not great. We don't have another center to go against Brendel, but we do have good players that are going to contribute. Looks like this year. So you were talking about. Let's talk about Dominique Pooney. We haven't even talked about him yet, but he's probably maybe the highlight of all the rookies.
Yeah, an offensive lineman. because Feliciano is probably going to go on IR in the beginning of the season, and I believe John Kashan said that Puni was going to be the starter.
That is amazing. Well, I mean, Spencer Burford was also a rookie right guard, and Shanahan was cool with that. And this time, Pooney, because what Burford is kind of injured. I know he had surgery on his hand. Wait, did he have surgery or not have surgery? I think he had a broken bone, right?
Broken hand.
Yeah.
We're still
So
signing autographs.
yeah, we got him to sign an autograph in the training camp. But yeah, he that little injury might have still opened the door for Pooney. And even though Burford could play, it looks like they're going to give it to Pooney.
Yeah, no rotating for Puni, unlike Burford. He's
Okay.
all alone.
Oh, I hope so. I mean, I haven't heard anything but great things about Pooney. So that was a great pick, it seems like. And
Third rounder? What?
yeah, right. He played tackle, offensive tackle in college in Kansas, right? Kansas, yeah. And but they moved him to guard, so it's always a little iffy how you can do that. And he never played right guard before in college, so it's a total new position. But he's played well so far, so he's shown up really well. That's great. Ronaldo Green, another second round cornerback out of Florida State, right? I believe.
Yeah, according to John Chapman, he did well against Chris Olave. But other than that, I haven't really seen anything.
Yeah, that's true. He's an outside corner, I believe, and they're trying to play him a nickel, and then now they're playing him outside. I always thought he'd probably be better as an outside corner, and I think that's what might happen. Might happen. I don't know, depending on the lineup, and of course with Yadam, if he's going to be in the mix for starting. But they might have Demo go in nickel, just like with Ambry Thomas. But instead of Ambry Thomas, could be Green or Yadam as outside corner. So Demo might still be doing that flipping thing from outside to inside during the game, which I give it all the credit for a guy to be able to do that. Let's extend Demo. That's
Yeah.
that's what I want probably the most to do to extend anybody would be him. Um, Pierce,
Counting? Oh,
okay,
alright.
okay. I was
Oh,
gonna go down a little.
Pierce hurt, so like there's
There's
nothing.
nothing to talk about, but what I heard, he's caught almost everything. He's been looking really good. Shanahan's positive about him and saying that he's doing everything a pro should do to get ready. So I think he has the ability. He just needs to get healthy, even though he's never missed a game in college when he was in Florida.
But he got a shoulder injury in his junior year apparently. And Sanahan and like Jones knew about it, but they still decided to draft him.
In the first round. Yeah, exactly. That news just came out a few days ago. But even though he had that injury, he never missed a game. So injury is a new thing for him, and missing time is a whole new thing for him. And he hasn't done much at all in the preseason. So, um, how much time is he going to have in a real game? Will Shanahan trust him? I don't think so. So I don't know how he's going to get any play time unless it's garbage time or injury. Yeah. So, all right. And Cowing,
He's amazing.
he's amazing. Okay, you're gonna crown this dude already.
Yeah.
He looks great. Yes, he does.
Wide receiver 4.
Okay, yeah. Well, hey, where's Conley here? You think he's above Conley in the depth chart? No, I don't think so.
I view Conley as wide receiver 6.
Oh, come on now.
I don't know, even though Pierce hasn't done anything.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
First round or so.
Yeah, all potential, all potential. But yeah, Calvin looks dynamic and something that we haven't had in a while. And I would love for him to feed him the ball. He's been looking great. So you're right. Isaac Rendo, nice surprise because he hasn't done anything because of injury. But he's been running okay, and his kick returns hopefully can be above average to excellent. um, Bethune.
No, Malik Mustafa.
Oh, Mustafa, of course.
But he hasn't been done much though.
I think he has the energy. He has the right type of you know strength and power, and but I think he's out of control sometimes, and he might not be in the right place or read the defense properly. But when he does, you know, I think he could be a playmaker. He just needs to be uh, learn the game better, I think.
I don't think he should be the starting safety if Hufanga doesn't play.
But George Odom has supposedly been really, really good this preseason. So
Have you noticed him being in?
I don't even know how somebody who's so old, of such a veteran, and wasn't a good safety before, all of a sudden becomes a good safety. You don't get. I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of iffy on that. I don't know if I really believe, what he's doing now is actually going to translate when a regular season game happens. So, you know, I'm skeptical.
Yeah, I don't know much about Jerry Kingston, but yeah, Bethune.
Yeah, Bethune, he's always around the ball. Just needs to wrap up and just learn the game a bit better. I think uh, that's uh, that's the basics, I guess. I just seen some flashes from him, but I've seen him miss some tackles too. But,
Yeah, and Mordecai's looking all right.
yeah, who?
Cam Mordecai, looking all right.
Yeah, he's all right. Sure, not a problem. Yeah, yeah. I don't know if he's going to make the team though. Four quarterbacks. I don't think. I don't think we're going to add that. But practice squad, totally can. You know, I don't know if anybody's going to grab him off the waiver wire if we cut him. He might come back as that in the practice squad.
Well, that wraps up for today's.
Oh, one more
Wait, what?
thing. Our last thing, Logan Thomas. This
Oh,
is a big signing. It was crazy because I was totally bummed out when Logan Thomas was cut because of injury. I'm like, oh my God, I was so happy we signed Logan Thomas and then we just cut him. Like, how bad is his injury that we have to cut him? And then later on, they just re signed him earlier this week, last week. So I was like, okay, I guess his injury is not that bad. And why did you cut him in the first place? Kind of strange. Now, what do you think? If Logan Thomas makes the team, where do you think he's going to fall on the tight end depth chart?
honestly, I am too.
You think so?
Yeah,
I haven't barely seen. Has he even played it down for us? I don't
a
know. Maybe.
veteran.
Yeah,
Yeah, has to be tight end too then for Shanahan.
but he hasn't played. Uh, I know. Um, Saubert could be two, or he could be three. Vice versa with Logan Thomas. It could be switched. I need to see something for Logan Thomas in this offense before I, you know, crown the guy tight end too. But
Yeah, Logan Thomas is their receiving tight end, and Saubert's the blocking tight end.
yeah. So if you want to keep three tight ends, that might be it. And Willis and Latu might be bye bye. But Willis is a late rounder. He might not show a lot, and he might be able to make it back on the practice squad. But that's for another day. But I'm glad Logan Thomas is back. I hope he can help us out and contribute this season and give us a good catching tight end to back up Kittle. Yeah. All right. So, a happy 100th episode, JT. If anybody is still listening all the way now till 44 minutes, thank you
I
for listening. Right? I mean, we hit 100th. I, I don't believe it, but it came by so fast. I didn't even know we hit 100. Uh, can't wait till 200 to come around the corner.
yeah. Well, that wraps up for today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and goodbye.